Hey YouTube, it's Nerdcat for another Friday video. Sorry about last week, but a lot happened and I just didn't have the energy or the time to make a video. And I'm sorry about that. So this week is the second part of the Deadpool video. As I saw from the first one, you guys weren't that interested, so I'm just gonna make this the last final part of the Deadpool video. And hopefully I figure out what you guys like listening to. But let's get in there. Sorry it's been a while, but life happens, so can't do anything about that. So anyway, I'm gonna go into Deadpool's publication history today because I think it's quite interesting. Obviously I'm the only one, but it's my channel, so I decide what I'm going to read about. So let's get in there. So Deadpool's first publication was, first appearance was in the New Mutants number 98, which was cover dated at February 1991. And according to the writer and creator, Fabian, I have no clue how to say your last name. I am so sorry. Nisia, sorry. Nisia and Rob Liefeld, who was the artist and writer, said that they came up with the character's visual design and name, and Liefeld came up with the character's visual design and name, and Nisia himself came up with the character's speech mannerisms. Rob Liefeld, was a fan of Teen Titans comics and showed his new character to then writer Fabian. Upon seeing the costume and noting his character's killer with super agility, Nisa contacted Liefeld and saying this is Deathstroke from Teen Titans, and so he gave the name Deadpool, with his Deadpool's real name is Wade Wilson, as an inside joke, being related to Slade Wilson, who is Deathstroke. In case you all didn't know that, because I didn't. With his first appearance, Deadpool is hired by Tolliver to attack Cable and the New Mutants. After subsequently appearing in X-Force as a recruiting character, Deadpool began making guest appearances in a number of different Marvel comics, such as The Avengers, Daredevil, Heroes for Hire, all that stuff. And in 1993, the character revived his own miniseries titled The Circle Chase. Deadpool was like in a lot of different series once he started, because he was a very interesting side character, especially because he likes to he makes comments about other comics he was in, which is really interesting and changes up the dynamic of the comic. In 1997, Deadpool was given his own ongoing title. And Deadpool became an action comedy parody of the cosmic drama anti-hero heavy comics that were going on, which was cool because you had all these super heavy anti-hero dramatic comics at the time, and Deadpool wasn't that. Deadpool was this raunchy, obnoxious anti-hero who was just fun to read and look at. Like, he was just great. He kept you interested the entire time you're reading, which is such a great thing. In the 2000s, like the latest issue, Deadpool lasted until issue number 96, apparently, in his own comic, I think. Sorry, got a little distracted. He shows up in a lot of people's comics, but he didn't really have his own a lot of the time. Deadpool was one of those characters who was really good in separate comics, but a lot of time his own comics got kind of shied away from for some reason. I guess people liked him more as a side character than as the main protagonist. Which is fine because he's good either way to me. I love both when he's just a side character and some of his miniseries and stuff. He was also in many other things, such as he was in the Age of Apocalypse timeline. And Deadpool was redubbed Deadman Wade, which was weird. I wasn't really a fan of the Age of Apocalypse series, but, it's still really interesting. He was in Captain America, Who Won't Wield the Shield, and it was a World War II era version of Deadpool, which was quite interesting. And it was a one-shot parody issue of the Captain America. There was Deadpool Corpse, which was a 12-issue series and prequel series prelude to Deadpool Corpse. Deadpool is joined by several alternate versions of himself from different universes to create a supergroup. And that's where Lady Deadpool is, which a lot of people like to cosplay Lady Deadpool, but that's the issue that she was in case you guys were wondering. I really like Deadpool Corpse because I find it interesting seeing the multiple Deadpools. It's something to read, that's for sure. Then there's Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and in the storyline Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, the X-Men send Deadpool to a mental hospital for therapy. The doctor treating him is actually Psycho Man in disguise, who attempts to torture and brainwash Deadpool into becoming his personal minion. The procedure fails, but leaves Deadpool even more mentally unhinged with a nihilistic view, and as a result he kills Psycho Man by repeatedly smashing him against a desk and begins assassinating every superhero and supervillain on Earth, starting with the Fantastic Four, in an attempt to rebel against his comic book creators. It was actually a lot more... It's a lot darker than a lot of the Deadpool ones, but it is really interesting to see, like, how far they pushed this character. And yet you're still like, it's Deadpool. It's really cool. I highly recommend you guys go and see if you can find it, because I find it interesting. There's Deadpool Illustrated. And it's the after events of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Deadpool has killed many versions of Marvel superheroes and villains across the multiverse to no effect, and comes to a conclusion that infinite alternate versions of the heroes and villains he killed exist. He hires a team of scientists to help him get rid of all the Marvel characters. It's a continuation. If you're going to read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, read Deadpool Illustrated after, because it's really good. I highly recommend anything Deadpool's in, because I love him, and any character that breaks the fourth wall is one of my favorites. There's Deadpool Kills Deadpool, which is the after events of Deadpool Illustrated, and the next and last part of the Deadpool Killology, which I didn't know was a thing. So, and this one he, And there's Deadpool mech with a mouth, which is several alternate incarnations of Deadpool are introduced in the series Deadpool mech with a mouth. Attempting to return Deadpool to the Marvel zombie universe. So he sees more multiple versions of himself again, which is always fun because, like, there are some that are like military sane version of Deadpool, and then the Deadpool kid, which they call Kittypool. The cowboy version of Deadpool. All of these things. It's just really amusing. I love the alternate versions of Deadpool. I find them immensely amusing. There's Deadpool Pulp, which is a 4-issue limited series set in the 1950s, drawing on pulp fiction. There's the Marvel 2997 in, like, Deadpool gets locked in a freezer for 800 years and he escapes, and not one of my favorites, I'll be honest. There's House of M, which where it has Wade Wilson, which is Deadpool's real name, as a field commander and active agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is quite interesting. And of course he was in the Hulked Out Heroes. He first appeared in Hulk issue number 21. Sorry. Which is interesting. I like the Hulk series, by the way. He was in the Marvel Zombies series with a zombie version of himself, and he fights Silver Surfer. It's weird. The Ultimate Marvel series as well. He shows up a lot in the Ultimate Spider-Man. Different incarnations, of course. Weapon X, Day of Future Now, where he's reincarnated by Wolverine, which is interesting. So yeah, Double shows up in a lot of things, and yeah, he's good as a side character. He's good as his own character. He is just such an interesting character in general, and I highly recommend you guys go check out some of these comics that I said, or just look up Deadpool, and you'll just be amazingly fascinated with this crazy, raunchy, obnoxious character who breaks the fourth wall, who talks to you, who mentions other comics he's been in. It is really, just really amusing to watch, and I hope you guys like this video. I will be back next Friday with another video. Not sure what it's going to be about. I might just randomly talk to you. I haven't decided what this channel is going to be about, to be totally honest. But I want to give a big shout out to my 3 subscribers that I have. I'm pretty sure I know at least 2 of you are my family members, and Diva JK1 is one of my friends from earlier in my YouTube life. But I want to say thank you guys for being my subscribers. It means a lot. And yeah, if you like this video, please like it. Comment if you want. I would love to hear from you. And as always, stay nerdy, my friends. Later.